Welcome, my beloved Leos, both the long-time loyal hearts and the fresh, curious souls who just stumbled into this cosmic den. Whether this is your first time here or your 100th roar with us, you've just landed at Golden Fortune Leo, where we don't just talk about destiny, we trace it with star maps, sprinkle it with psychological insight, and season it with a little Buddhist clarity, and maybe just a pinch of sass, because Leo. This channel isn't some generic horoscope vending machine. Oh no. It's a sacred space crafted specifically for those born to shine, to lead, and, yes, to occasionally flip their hair with dramatic flair. Now, let's talk about the moment you're in, because you, my radiant friend, are standing at the edge of something big. And no, it might not feel that way just yet. In fact, it probably feels like you're stuck in cosmic purgatory, like someone hit pause on your soundtrack and forgot to press play. One foot still in the old story, one foot hovering over the unknown, and honestly, it's all giving limbo and glitter heels energy. But don't mistake this in-between for stagnation. It's not a void, it's a sacred cocoon. And this is where the chosen ones, yes, I said it, start to stir. You see, Leo, transformation doesn't always come with fireworks. Sometimes, it tiptoes in wearing the disguise of a casual conversation, an odd little detour, or that moment you decided to answer a message you usually ignore. These seemingly random things? They're the divine breadcrumb trail, leading you toward who you're becoming. Because let's be honest, you were never just meant to survive life. You were meant to live it like the main character. And here, at Golden Fortune Leo, we're here to remind you of that every single time you show up. So exhale, stay with me, and let's explore what the universe is lining up for you next. You're not lost. You're just arriving. Top of form. Bottom of form. Now we're entering the part of the reading where the universe starts pulling on your sleeve like, hey Leo, time to let go of the stuff you keep dragging around like emotional carry-on luggage. The angel of detachment showed up, and let's just say she's not whispering sweetly from a cloud, she's clapping her wings in your face and saying, drop it, darling. Whether it's that grudge you've been marinating in for months, that need to control everything, yes, even the group chat, or that never-ending replay of what you should have said in 2019, it's time to unhook. Buddhists call this non-attachment, and trust me, it's less about giving up and more about clearing space so grace can land. You can't invite peace to dinner if your table's still set for resentment. Now, speaking of clearing space, let's talk about that 10 of Wands. Woo! If you've been feeling like you've been carrying the weight of a small emotional country on your back, you're not wrong. You're tired, and rightfully so. But here's the twist, that heaviness is a sign you've done the work. You're at the end of a hard chapter. It's like reaching the top of a long, steep hill and realizing you didn't keel over. You made it. Barely, maybe. But still. And then? Boom, the magician steps in. This is your inner alchemist dusting off the dream you shelved because life got in the way. Suddenly, you realize you're not waiting for change. You are the change. Cue the Chariot, rolling up like your personal Uber from the universe, saying, where to next, legend? And no, you're not crawling into this next phase, you're showing up like the Leo you are, bold, brilliant, and possibly wearing metaphorical sunglasses even at night. Because this next chapter isn't just a new beginning. It's your power move. And oh, does it look good on you? Now let's ease into one of my favorite chapters of this reading, because it's tender, unexpected, and just a little magical. The Page of Cups has entered the scene, and when this card shows up, it's usually carrying a little envelope from the universe that reads, "You've got mail," and it's actually good this time. We're talking about a message that touches the heart, not the kind that blows up your life, but the kind that makes you pause and go, wait, maybe I am ready for this next chapter. Now, What's in that message? Could be romance. Could be spiritual insight. Could be a refund you'd given up on because the universe has a weird sense of humor, and sometimes divine timing looks like your paycheck hitting 2 days late just to teach you trust. But either way, it's sweet. It's a soft nudge from life reminding you, not everything has to be loud to be life-changing. And just as you're tempted to leap into action, along come Temperance and the Knight of Pentacles, gently tugging at your sleeve and saying, "Whoa there, Turbo. I get it, Leo energy wants what it wants, and preferably yesterday. But this, my friend, is sacred pacing. This isn't the kind of slow that stalls your growth, it's the kind that deepens it. Think of it like slow roasting your potential instead of flash frying it. One path leads to legacy. The other leads to burnout and frantic voice texts. Then comes the twist, and oh, is it delicious. The cards whisper of a fated encounter, but not the type you'd dress up for. This might be a fleeting moment. A stranger's words. A random message in your inbox that somehow answers the question you hadn't even asked out loud. Because let's be real, not every spiritual awakening shows up with incense and chanting monks. Sometimes it shows up wearing an apron, asking if you want oat milk or whole. This is chosen one's bootcamp, Leo. Pay attention not just with your eyes, but with your soul. The universe is always talking. The real question is, are you listening? Alright Leo, grab your cosmic broom because it's time for some emotional decluttering, and no, I'm not just talking about deleting your ex's number, though let's be honest, that wouldn't hurt. We're talking about something deeper, a soul-level cleanup. That heavy chapter you've been trudging through, the one that felt like trying to run in wet sand while carrying a suitcase full of unresolved feelings? It's finally winding down. Yes, it's been slow. Yes, it's been messy. But guess what? It's also been beautifully necessary. Soon, you'll look back and laugh, okay, maybe cry first, then laugh, and think, wait. I actually made it through all of that. You did, Leo. And probably with your hair still looking flawless, even if your sanity took a few creative detours. Now here's where it gets tricky, because according to the 9 of Wands, you're in the final stretch. You're almost at the finish line. But this is not the moment to drop the torch and say, close enough. This is sacred ground you're walking on, even if it feels uncertain or unfamiliar. You are being asked to do that quintessential Leo thing, move forward with boldness, even when the path is dimly lit. And yes, you can absolutely sprinkle a little glitter on your battle scars while you're at it. You've earned it. Then comes the real kicker, the Territory Unknown card. Sounds ominous, right? But it's actually your golden opportunity in disguise. Some unexpected moment, maybe a weird message, a spontaneous invite, or a change in plans will pop up and seem irrelevant at first. But that's the thing about spiritual growth, it rarely RSVPs. Instead, it sneaks in through the side door, dressed as coincidence. This card is the universe's version of a flashing neon sign saying, exit the comfort zone here. So I ask you, Leo, did you pack snacks? Because this adventure is just getting started, and if you're willing to step into the unknown, what's waiting on the other side might just be better than anything you could have planned. Now here's where it gets juicy, Leo. Enter, the Magician. Yes, again. When this card circles back, it's not just for show. It's your cue that the universe heard your thoughts, caught your vibes, and said, alright, let's get to work. You've been manifesting something, whether consciously through vision boards or subconsciously while daydreaming in traffic. And now? It's beginning to take form. Not all at once. This isn't microwave magic, it's slow, like honey dripping from the comb. But don't mistake slow for ineffective. Some of the best things in life take time, fine wine, trust, and Leo's reaching emotional maturity. This moment is real. It's aligned. And honestly, this is what chosen ones do best. They envision it, they embody it, and eventually, they live it. Then we shift into something a little more subtle but just as powerful. The cards remind you, speed is irrelevant. You're not in a race, and even if you were, the only person you're truly competing with is that old version of you who almost gave up. So keep showing up. Keep walking forward even if it's barefoot across the metaphorical Legos of personal growth. It hurts, yes. But it also builds character. The kind that makes you both magnetic and mysterious, like a lion who's been through a few storms but still knows how to strut. And now for the divine plot twist. Something seemingly random is coming. A text from someone you haven't spoken to in years. A spontaneous detour. A last-minute yes to something you almost declined. Pay attention. These aren't just blips in your schedule, they're divine breadcrumbs. The universe doesn't always shout. Sometimes it whispers, and only the ones paying close attention, the Leo chosen ones, catch the message. So stay present. The ordinary might be holding something extraordinary. And if you lean in just a little closer, you'll see it was never random at all. Now here's where the cosmic GPS says, recalculating, but in a good way. The Knight of Pentacles shows up once more, not with fireworks or urgency, but with steady, deliberate energy. This card is the embodiment of grounded intention. It's like your soul's reminding you, hey, it's okay not to have the whole map. Just take the next step and feel where your feet land. That's classic Buddhist wisdom, by the way. The path doesn't show up in full technicolor until you start walking it. It's a faith move, not a spreadsheet. You don't have to leap into the great unknown like some fire-drenched action hero, even though, let's face it, Leo, you could pull that off. You just need to be present, rooted, and aware. Slow progress is still progress, especially when your intuition is your compass and your heart's the engine. Now let's talk about your favorite topic, or rather, your least favorite, control. Look, I say this with love and years of watching Leo energy in its full majestic glory. You've got a grip so tight on your plans, it's amazing the universe hasn't filed a complaint. But guess what? Spiritual growth doesn't come from managing every microscopic detail. This is your official permission slip to put down the clipboard and stop trying to organize divine timing like it's a corporate retreat. You see, true power, the kind that lasts beyond the spotlight, is found in surrender. And no, surrender is not weakness. It's not giving up. It's trusting that there's a cosmic current bigger than your checklist. Letting go isn't losing control, it's acknowledging you never truly had it in the first place. And Leo, once you release the need to predict every plot twist, you open yourself to miracles you couldn't have written in even your most dramatic script. Now that's the kind of control worth letting go of. Alright, Leo, this next part of your journey might not look like the dream board you stuck on your fridge last January. You know, the one with the yacht, the six-pack ABS, and the peaceful morning journaling session that somehow never made it past day 4? Yeah, this chapter? It's not that. And here's the twist, it's exactly what your soul ordered. Not flashy, not filtered, and definitely not following your 5-step manifestation schedule. It's the detour you didn't ask for but desperately needed. The one with the unexpected scenery, better snacks, and just enough plot twist energy to keep your higher self entertained. Because the universe, darling Leo, isn't here to cater to your ego's Pinterest board. It's here to evolve you. And sometimes that means taking the scenic route, with a flat tire, and a life lesson hitchhiking on the side of the road. So take a breath. Drop the expectations. And here's the kicker, you're doing just fine. Now let's address the part you've probably been ignoring, what actually matters. For too long, you've been preoccupied with nonsense. Scrolling, comparing, obsessing over numbers, algorithms, likes, timelines, who texted back, who didn't. But joy? Laughter? Connection? They've been tapping on your shoulder this whole time like, hey, remember us? And that's when the Page of Cups strolls back in, your personal messenger of softness. They're not here with a life-altering contract or a bold announcement. No, they're offering a whisper, a smile, maybe even an accidental compliment from a stranger that hits you harder than expected. That's the message. That's what your heart's been starving for. And no, it won't go viral, but it will shift you back into alignment. Let's not forget the ultimate plot twist: your ego versus your intuition. Oh, Leo, the number of times you've confused the two is practically a cosmic drinking game. Here's the truth, that voice saying you're not good enough, this will never work, or just give up already. That's not intuition. That's ego. Probably dressed up in your mother's tone, your ex's criticism, or your own perfectionism. Queen of Cups says it's time to quiet the noise. She's not asking you to meditate on a mountaintop just to listen. Intuition doesn't scream. It doesn't shame. It doesn't use fear as a motivator. It feels like calm clarity. Like truth without panic. And the more you tune into that gentle knowing, the more you'll remember who you are beneath all the noise. Because here's the magic trick no one talks about: transformation doesn't always come with fireworks. Sometimes, it arrives as a single moment, a random yes, a new habit, a surprise invitation, a sentence you didn't expect to hear but couldn't forget. One choice to stay open, when you would have normally shut down. That's the moment everything shifts. Because internal alignment creates external change. It doesn't just change what you see, it changes how you see. And that, Leo, is the true magic. So as we wrap this reading up, let me say this: you're not alone. Not now, not ever. Life has been leaving clues at your feet, some in the form of chaos, some in the form of clarity. If you've caught even a glimpse of what the universe has been nudging you toward, drop it in the comments below. Let your community find you, and let your voice ripple into someone else's healing. And hey, if you're called to read tarot, or you already do but feel like you're stuck in the fog, don't miss the free class on June 25th. The link is in the description. It's time to stop waiting for the perfect moment and start honoring the powerful one you're already in. Now go ahead, like, share, and subscribe to Golden Fortune Leo. Because this isn't just a tarot channel. It's a cosmic campfire for the bold-hearted. And you, dear Leo, are not just here to survive this life. You're here to live it fully, fiercely, and fabulously. You're not just a Leo. You're a chosen one. And your time? It's right now.